Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you are enjoying good health and your holidays. Today we are starting grammar portion of class 7th, and they are parts of speech. You may have observed or you have watched different movies given by or different lectures given by different teachers, because it's part of grammar since class 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th. So you are aware of these things, but shortly, as it is part of syllabus in 7th also, so I am giving you its detail. Number 1, what is grammar? Grammar is the art or science of language. Like for learning any language, you have to be aware of, you must have knowledge of that grammar. So same is the case with English. Before going or proceeding, it's reading, it's speaking, listening, but grammar is also important. What are parts of speech? Different words and phrases. As it's clear from its name, parts of speech. Speech, whatever we talk to each other, conversation. So different words and phrases used in our daily conversation get different grammatical names. For example, you are all girls, and one is cupboard in charge, second is monitor. So they are called monitor and cupboard in charge because they are performing those duties according to their function or role in the class. They are called monitor or cupboard in charge, or for example teacher, unit in charge, principal. So same goes for the words. Whatever they are, all of them are words. If you see, all the parts of speech are words, but they have different grammatical names. Grammatical names are what? Some are nouns. If they are naming words, some are pronouns, some are adjectives. If they show action, they are called words, but they are all words. According to their function in a sentence, they are called parts of speech. We have total 8 parts of speech. Today I am giving you just introduction, because every topic will be discussed in detail inshallah, separately, its types, its functions, its forms, uses in a sentence. So every topic needs a lot of detail, and it will be included inshallah in our coming lectures. Number 1 part of speech is noun. Now, what is noun? A name given to a person, place, thing, animals, birds, and shortly we call them naming words. Whatever we see, nouns are whatever we see or whatever we hear about in the whole universe, they are all called nouns. Like whatever you see or hear, all of them have names and they are all nouns. For example, man, boy, village, city, like person, place, thing, animal. These are all nouns. Their types, their forms, their uses in a sentence, they will be discussed inshallah in detail. Number 2 is pronouns. What are pronouns? Pronouns are for nouns. What are for nouns? Like these are the words to replace nouns. Replace means not using that noun anymore, to use some other word instead of that noun. Why? Why we need to use some other words instead of noun? To avoid the repetition of nouns in a paragraph. How? For example, you say she's an intelligent, for example, Sarah is an intelligent girl. Sarah works hard. Sarah's teachers like Sarah. So many, in these 3 sentences, the word Sarah is repeated so many times. If you say Sarah is a good girl, she is hard working, her teachers like her. Different words are used. And why we avoid repetition? Because same words repeatedly not pleasing to ears. That's why we need to use some other words to use or to make our paragraph interesting and impressive. Third is, examples are he, she, they, their, my, us, them. I have given you different examples: subject, possessive, and object, and pronouns also will be discussed in detail, their types, their use in sentence or their function. This topic is in detail, will be given inshallah in separate lecture. Number 3 is adjectives. What are adjectives? These are describing words. Why they are called describing words? Describe means to say something about noun or pronoun, to give information about noun or pronoun. Like for example, if you answer the question how, like how are you, you say I am fine. Fine is adjective that tells about I, which is pronoun. Same, for example, how much water is in the jug? There is little water. Little is what? Shows you the quantity. Like they have different types: quantity, quality, number, proper adjectives. They also have degrees, comparisons, types, and their use is in sentence. They describe noun and give information about noun or pronoun. For example, red flower. What type of flower or how is the flower? Red. How many birds? Like see, it tells you the number, many birds. Noun, and this is adjectives. How much rice? Little rice. This is quantity. Like that will be discussed in under types of adjectives or forms of adjectives. Fourth is very important part of speech, which means or which show action. Those words that show action. For example, what is she doing? Doing words, we call them doing words. Like she is reading a book. What is verb here? What she is doing? Reading. Action or state. Action is like what someone is doing, and state how. State shows situation. For example, see, he is swimming. What is he doing? Swimming. This is called action word. Number 2, I am fine. If you say how are you? I am fine. He is a teacher. So is, am, are, these are called stative verb, which doesn't involve any action. Verb has different types, forms, and it's very important because none of the sentence is there. Like a sentence can't be imagined without verb, whether that is action, verb or stative. But second place in a sentence, like first is subject, then second is must verb, whether that is stative or action. So verb is the most important because it gives us forms which is used to change a tense. In tenses they have an important role, and the most important role is that one where we use forms, different forms of that, different types of verb, transitive, intransitive, auxiliary, etc. Fifth one is adverb. As it is clear from its name, adverb. Adverb means to add to the meaning of the verb, like how actions are done. What is the difference between adjective and adverb? How is someone or something, that is adjective. If the same question is asked about action, for example, she sings. How she sings? Sweetly. Now see, the word sweetly tells you about how she sings, about the verb sing. These are powerful words. Why powerful? Because it does 3 jobs. Number 1, it describes verb. For example, he drives carefully. How he drives? Like you have to ask question about the verb given in a sentence. Automatically you will be able to give suitable adverb to that, and if you have to find out adverb, that will be soon before or after the verb, but mostly they are placed after the verb. So this is how it describes verb, like gives information about verb. Second, it describes adjective. How it describes adjective? For example, how are the mangoes? This is noun. The mangoes are too sweet. How are the mangoes? They are sweet. This is adjective because it tells you about the noun, which is mangoes. Now question is, how much sweet? How much sweet? Too sweet. This word is adjective and this word tells you about this level of sweetness of the mangoes. So this word tells you about adjective, not about nouns. Sweet is for mangoes and too is for the word sweet. It gives you information about sweetness, how sweet they are, how much sweet they are, too sweet. Third one is, it described another adverb. For example, there is third sentence, he drives very carefully. Drive is verb, subject, verb, and you can call it complement, which gives you different parts of speech. How he drives? He drives carefully. This carefully tells you about the action, about the verb. It's adverb. But if you further ask about adverb, how much carefully? Very carefully. This word is for adverb, which shows the level of carefulness. So, according to definition, adverb describes verb. It tells you about driving. Another adverb like this. This is adverb and this tells you about this. This is another adverb. Like two adverbs are there. And the mangoes are too sweet. Tells you about adjective here. So how are adverbs? Adverbs are powerful words because they do three types of job. It describes verb, it describes adjective, and it describes another adverb. Then we have types, like when you further ask question about verb, how that action is done, it gives you adverb of manner or simple adverbs we call them. If it tells you time of action, for example, she went to Lahore early in the morning. Early in the morning is adverb of place because it tells you time of action. And place, she went there. Where did she go? There. There show adverb of place. So these will be the different types. Okay, the sixth part of speech is conjunctions. Conjunctions means joining words. Why they are called joining words? What they join? They join two words, two sentences, or words and sentence. And the examples are but, because, and, or, unless, until, etc. How they join two words, like for example red or black, red and black. So red and black are two words, and, or are conjunctions, they join two words. How they join two sentences, for example, here is an example, so also, for example, because also, that is for example, she didn't go to school. She didn't go to school because she was not feeling well. She didn't go to school is one sentence. She was not feeling well is another, and they are joined by because. The same sentence can be said in this way also, like she was not feeling well, so she didn't go to school. Understood? So is conjunction and it joins two sentences. And how they join word and sentence to word and sentence? How? Like for example, he is a rich person but miser. He is a rich person is sentence, miser is word, and they are joined by because or but. But he is miser, rich but miser, so but is conjunction. Number 7 part of speech is prepositions. These are the most important. They are used in phrasal verbs. What are phrasal verbs? Like when they are added to the verb, same verb, but if different prepositions are added to them, they change the meaning of the verb. It is a word. How to define it? A word that is used before noun or pronoun to show its relation with time, place, position or direction. And if for example prepositions are taken out of a sentence, they totally change the meaning of the sentence and the sentence doesn't give a proper sense. For example, we say, if for example I say the notebook is on the dice, preposition is on. If you take it out, it will be the book is the dice. See, totally wrong meaning it conveys. There are different preposition also have different types and different uses. This will be given under preposition. It's in detail. It doesn't have any proper method or rule. Its vocabulary, as much you learn, that much will be part of your language and you will use them correctly. And the examples are in, on, to, like it how it shows place, time. In and on, they are used for time also, like in the morning or in Peshawar. See, same on Monday, time, or she lives on GT road. Same goes for to, which shows direction where she is going to school. If to is taken out, see, if you remove to from the sentence, she is going school, it's wrong till preposition is applied, so it gives you correct meaning. These with and by show agent, like for example she killed the snake with a stick and the killed the snake by Ali. So these are the different uses. Will give you in detail how they are used and how they change the meaning, how they are used for place, how for time. It will take time, will be done in detail inshallah under preposition separate lecture. Interjections. The eighth and final part of speech is interjections. What are interjections? Like, don't confuse conjunction with interjections. They are joining words, and interjections, these are words used to express what? Sudden feelings. Here the word sudden is important because in normal feelings we don't use interjections. These are for sudden feelings of happiness, wonder or surprise, sadness and excitement. For example, if routine lesson is going on, the teacher is teaching you, no need to use any interjection. But if suddenly a teacher comes and announces, you have holidays, you have holiday tomorrow, or we are going to picnic tomorrow. So that will be surprising, and whatever your level of excitement is, then you will say, wow, hurrah, etc. Same goes for feeling of sadness. For example, oh, her father died. Oh, this is used for sadness, to show sadness. Alas also is for sadness. Wow is for wow, how wonderful. Wow, what an idea. Or hurrah, we have won the match. It shows excitement. Yes, like when you listen to something unusual news and you say yes, like gestures also, and that these are the words also. And where they are used? They are used in the start of exclamatory sentences. Exclamatory sentences are what? They are used like those sentences that show sudden feeling of and emotions of wonder, surprise, sadness or happiness are called exclamatory sentences, and the words used in the start to express those feelings, sudden feelings, remember. So they are called interjections. Hope you have got, because these are explained again and again by different teachers in different classes. Go through them once again. If you have any question, you can ask in the comment section. Take care. Fi amanillah. Allah Hafiz.